All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing with this table. Now with this table, I'll have to figure out what my y-intercept is later. But from 18 to 54 and 54 to 162, I believe I'm just multiplying by 3. If I did 54 divided by 18, it would equal 3. All right, so 54, I'm just double checking on my phone, divided by 18, yeah, it's equal to 3. So this is times 3 and times 3. And so we already have our base multiplier. Now, because, and in general with tables, but because we have a clear, obvious pattern, we know that the asymptote is at 0. Whenever we see a clear pattern, we can always assume the asymptote is at y equals 0. The domain, like we talked about before, is always negative infinity to infinity. Now for the range, since we know the asymptote and it's negative, my maximum y value is always going to be 0. Right? So my maximum, which goes on the right here, is 0, and it's going down to negative infinity. And because it's an exponential function, it'll get super close to 0 without ever touching it. And then we can never equal negative infinity. Now, to find the equation, the last piece we need is this y-intercept, which is going to be the same as the a with the 0. So we would have to, basically, x is 1 and x is 0. I'm going to extend out the table this way, so that's 1 and 0. And so we would divide by 3, and negative 18 divided by 3 is negative 6. And then we would divide by 3 again, and we would get negative 2. So that's my y-intercept, comma, negative 2. And then in this case, that's also 2 below my asymptote. And so my equation is just going to be y is equal to negative 2 times 3 to the x, right? The negative 2 comes from my y-intercept, which shows that I'm 2 below my asymptote, and the 3 to the x is my multiplier.